Okay, I've made enough YouTube videos about this Justin Bieber thing, but I'm gonna tell the truth as to like why I even had to come online and even talk about him, right? Because I'm not this like influencer, or I'm not one of those like Justin Bieber tea or Justin Bieber psychic and whatever. That's not who I am. Okay, the issue is stalker. Okay, I know females have to deal with at least one stalker out of the course out of their lifetime, and unfortunately, my situation had to deal with Justin Bieber. And people be like, "Oh, well, why? Like, why did it end? Why did Justin Bieber end up stalking you out of all people?" I'm like, okay. Long story short, Justin Bieber, he knows there was a connection, right? And obviously, the connection, it's a spiritual thing because I'm a black Jew, he's a white Jew. Justin is a Turkish Jewish kid, right? I'm a black German Spanish Jew. Right? So I represent one part. I represent a different tribe. He represents a different Jewish tribe. So both perspectives were supposed to be presented in Hollywood, but because of jealousy, right? And then this whole issue out of, well, this is what they say in their head. They say, well, I'm white, so everything should be about me first. But when it comes to old ancestral timelines, we're talking about the biblical timeline coming out of Israel. You know where Israel is? You know the country of Israel and all the history coming out of Israel, and the story out of the Bible where we all, our ancestors, where we all traveled to and through from and whatever, all the issue out of Persia and Babylon, and who ended up in Israel and who was actually in Israel. You know what I mean? All those weird battles. The point is that I was there, my ancestry was there, Justin's ancestry was there. Okay? This is what it was. The spiritualism, obviously, the spiritualism from then back, and now it's 2026. Obviously, Justin Bieber is in the wrong in 2026 because that old issue out of history, dealing with who they thought were the original Jews and all that crap, right? I mean, this argument, it shouldn't even exist coming out of Justin Bieber's mouth in 2026. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because facts, they have you can look it up. You can just look it up on YouTube, okay? They've already opened up all the vaults in Russia. So all the truth as to who were the original people, all the truth came out, the whole truth. So you know those stories back in the day when they were trying to whitewash everything and say that everything was white. The point is that you can't say everything was white when black people existed. You get what I'm saying? So you can't say that everything came from certain white people when Justin Bieber serves as proof to this day that it doesn't, because he's stalking me for my ancestry. He's stalking me for my gifts. He's stalking me for my narrative. He's stalking me for my personal life. He's stalking me for what I do in my days. So we know he's just proof in this reality that what his ancestors have been doing to my ancestry back in the day, up till 2026, he is solid proof that they are not who they claim themselves to be. They are not. Justin, you are not the original Jew, because you wouldn't be stalking me if you were. If you were the original Jew, you wouldn't need any type of information coming out of my life. But obviously, I have to exist first for you to even have a thought. This is what you've proven when it comes to West Hollywood, out of a generation, and you refuse to put away the issue because you know for a fact you are not the original Jew. You are the stalker of the black original Jews. I represent that ancestry, the black German ancestry, coming way, way, way back out of Israel, Justin. I came from that ancestry that built the pyramids. We ran shit back in the day. And who is Justin? He was stalking us for what he needed us to do something, and then he want to turn around and copy it. You should be proud of yourself, right? Now you're over there making false claims and you're still stalking me in 2026, still trying to prove a bad story of you and your Jewish ancestry just being bad generational lying thieves. And you can't whitewash anything because you're the stalker. Will the real Jew please stand up? I'm right here. I'm just gonna stand up so everyone can see. Hello, I'm the real Jewish black woman. It's my blood. We wrote the policy books, okay? Oh, okay, so where's Justin? I think he's over there in Hollywood or whatever. What did he accomplish? What did him and his ancestors? Well, you have to ask him what did him and his Turkish ancestors, what did they accomplish coming out of Israel? Because he needs to remind himself, like, my ancestors, yeah, we were in Israel, but we migrated. So obviously we're talking about two different types of mounts here. So Justin came from the mount out of Turkey, right? The Turkish mounts, right? Oh, okay. And then because we're black now, we came from the mounts out of Mount Sinai. They're two totally different mounts. So I don't know what kind of confusion he's trying to do here. And you know what? He's so wrong when it comes to God, because God knows the salvation that came out of the Turkish mounts, and God knows the salvation that came out of Mount Sinai. And it was never meant to be the same. And it was never meant to be like someone like Justin to carry. You have to answer to God for this type of confusion that you're trying to force into society and force into the system. Thinking that everything is just supposed to be one big old pot of confused mush. Are you dumb? Anyway, I think I've said enough. I shouldn't look. It's 2026. Everybody knows we're in the age of Aquarius. It's a totally different, all that bullshit, illusionary, oh, I dream of being a celebrity and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's done. All the things you were dreaming about, Justin, is done. You were dreaming of being black. You wanted to be a black R&B singer. Okay, you got to fulfill that out of your life. Like, step aside and move on. Will the real people now come and take their positions? Because we're getting tired of this little copycat talking about, I'm dreaming of being this person, I'm dreaming of that person. Well, yeah, you're dreaming of being that person because you're not the actual person. Why don't you go back to your Turkish mounts out of Turkey and get off the issue out of Hollywood? Because look what you cause in Hollywood. All kind of upsets. You want to mess around with the system. Excuse me, the Pineapple Express needs to function. That's a whole system in itself. We're talking about the world system and how me and my people, how we come out in the world system. And you're not a part of us, Justin. You come out of the Turkish world, the old third world coming out of Europe. That's where you're coming from. It's a completely, totally different perspective. And the line has to be drawn here when it comes to Hollywood, California, when it comes to the music industry. The line has to be drawn clear or Hollywood cannot thrive. Look how it's people like you, when people go down Hollywood Boulevard and you see all these buildings closing and everything like that, all these homeless people, just turn around and look at Justin and blame him. It's your fault why Hollywood is the way that it is. Because you're selfish and you're greedy and you lied. You lied about your status. You lied about your occupation. You lied about where you came from. You lied about your journey. You lied about your story. You wanted to copy the black Jew. You had no business doing that in Hollywood. That's not what Hollywood was ever about. This is Aquarius, is this age of clarity. So people have a right to and all that racist stuff. Like, it doesn't. All his racism, they have this obsession. They like to say it's their opinion, right? But when it comes to systems, the system needs to know the fact. The foundation has to be there. If the foundation isn't there, it can't thrive. So you can't be talking about how you want to eliminate this and that. It cannot hold itself. It cannot stand. And you've already proven that multiple times. That's the reason why you refuse to stop watching me and stalking me for my life. Because you know for a fact it's people like me that hold up systems. It's people like you, Justin, that destroy systems. And then now you're sitting over there for how many years you've been sitting over there. You want all these people to feel sorry for you because you're mentally ill. Why are you mentally ill? Because you came from Turkey. You're not black. That's why you're crazy. You put that weird thought in your head like, yeah, I'm a black man and I'm going to be a black R&B artist like Usher because I'm black. And then you're kind of off, don't you think? Like, you're not okay in your head. Something not right there. Yeah, well, obviously, if you're sitting around trying to pretend like you're black for the last 10 years, you don't think that you're going to be crazy? Because your blood is from Turkey. You have Turkish Kazakh blood. You're a native. You're like First Nation native. Like, you're like a red-skinned white boy. That's the truth about you. And you're so upset that you hid that for the whole course of your career. You never even told your fans that you're native, that you're First Nation people. You're embarrassing. Where's your Turkish feathers? Huh? How come you're not doing a Turkish powwow in Hollywood, Justin? Because you're embarrassed that your ancestors were native people? You should be ashamed of yourself for hiding that information. You forgot to tell society that information. And just because you and your ancestors, you went and go get yourself involved with them Roman people and they fucked you up. And now you sit still over there talking about how you're mentally ill because you still want to be black and you refuse to accept the fact that you are native. Why don't you go do your native stuff? He's so dumb. Tired of it. Stop talking about how you're mentally ill on social media and go and go tell them, yeah, I'm mentally ill because like I'm actually from a different ancestry. And my people, like obviously you have it's the blood running through you, so obviously your consciousness, your thinking, your way of life would obviously be different. It's not the same as black people. And it's your own fault. You blame your own self as to why you're mentally ill. Accept the truth of who you are. I had native friends and they used to go to their powwows. They never disrespected their ancestors. They never did. Yeah, they came from res and they used to eat bannock and fried fish and do all those things that they used to do. Burn sage and all those things. And look at you sitting here wearing hip hop jeans thinking that you're a black American. And you want people to feel sorry for you because you've been playing that delusion for way too long. And you never thought you would end up crazy like that? Get out of here, fool. Get out of here. He needs to get out of here. And then now you're sitting there mad. He's mad at me because he's still trying to, it's like he's trying to blame me for his childhood. That's why he's so mad. Because you had a fucked up childhood and you're trying to find somebody to blame for what you went through as a kid. And just because I'm a black Jew, you want to sit around and blame a black Jew that you don't even know for your childhood problems. That came from your own white ancestors. It's your white ancestors that did that to you. Now you want to be over here and get yourself involved with other people's ancestors. And then, yeah, of course, you had to face the karma from them because you refused to accept where you came from. You were the one who went to all these people talking about how you don't like your own Turkish people, you don't like native people, you don't like your parents, you don't like your mother and father. That's the reason why you wanted to be black, Justin? Is that the reason why you don't like your mother, Patty? You don't like your dad, Jeremy? You don't like that? Oh, you're mad at them because they wanted to be black? Is that what's going on? Where do I fit in this mix? I don't fit anywhere when it comes to the dynamic coming from your Turkish Kazakh mother and your Turkish Kazakh father. The black Jew has nothing to do with your family narcissistic dynamic of where you came from. I represent a part of a system out of history, and I've never crossed a path with you out of no system, out of nowhere. And it's all your fault. Blame your mother and father because both of them took up a part of the system that they had no business even getting themselves involved in. And I'm talking about the black system from back in the day. There's a lot of people that used to do that, and then they realize they're like, oh my God, my life's all fucked up. I gotta blame these blacks. No, you didn't have enough sense to realize who you are not. And you should have been observant of your own ancestry. There's a time and a place when you need to wake up and realize these facts coming out of life. And then all of a sudden, this is what really happened to you blacks? Of course it did, Justin. And you're proof of it. How you behave around me, you are that proof of why you need to stay away from certain issues, certain factors coming out of other people's ancestry. It was not your story to live through. It was not your story to tell. Those issues did not come from your ancestors, and you have no business trying to blame any other ancestry that you were trying to copy. Why didn't you go back to your Turkic people? Oh, I already know because they were bad. If you just type it on YouTube, the history coming out of the Ottoman Empire, okay? Look up that history about how they used to rape and abuse their women and all kind of, just look out their history out of Justin's history. Look at what the Roman people used to do to people like Justin Bieber. That's the real narrative coming from him. Oh, no. But Justin is like, he's like in a psychosis. Like he refuses to accept his ancestry, that he's like, no, I can't accept that. I can't accept what happened to the Turkic people, like my ancestors. No, I can't accept that. I want the story of what happened to the blacks. That's not your truth. That's the problem. The problem is not what actually happened to you. That's what happened to black people. What happened to you was a totally different narrative. That's why you're mentally ill. And don't you dare, nobody told you to come towards me. Nobody told you to do that. Go to your ancestors. People don't have time for people like that. You keep on projecting out how much you're just such of a racist. You got issues with black Jews. You're jealous because we have high positions, blah 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 blah. You're jealous because we're esteemed people. Da 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 da. You're jealous because we have gifts. All this jealousy that led to you and being mentally ill because of it. That's why. And then you're still trying to blame people like me in 2026 for your issues. That's why you refuse to turn your back to a truth that you never belonged to. And then you're trying to confuse society thinking that it was something that you actually believed in when you didn't believe in it, Justin. The issues coming out of the military back in the day out of Germany, you obviously didn't believe in it. You understand me? And then the issues coming out of North America, dealing with your ancestry, when coming from your mother and your father, you didn't believe in your own ancestors. So you were sitting around trying to rely on black people. We don't even know you. We weren't even paying attention to you. No, you're just this weak-minded narcissist that have an obsession with the past. You can't get over the past. You're obsessed with it. It's 2026. Why are you still in this obsession over something that probably happened in like 1859? What the hell is wrong with you? Why can't you fix your own mental health? You're too mental. Still trying to blame, you're trying to blame a black Jew for a system out of the system, an issue coming out of the old system that you never were even, you didn't even belong to the system, because you left the system when you were 10 years old. And you weren't even a part of the American system when you came here to America. You were just here on some contract out of Hollywood. You weren't a part of the system here. Look how long it took you just to even try and get a marriage here in America, or even get any documents, Justin. You weren't a part of either systems. You weren't. You just came here on a little entertainment contract. You came here to sing some songs. If you didn't marry that heifer, they probably would have told you to go back. And then he got bored because, oh my God, my purse. Then he got bored because obviously he didn't accomplish anything, right? And because you're racist, you figure, oh, let me see if I can capture this black Jew and use her so I can have a career and I can have a life. No. You need to do your own damn work. Do your own work. You don't know how to share with anybody. You had issues when God said for the white Jew and the black Jew to be present in Hollywood. You wanted to be that person to block out God out of the system. And then you want to be this demon now in Hollywood trying to play like you're God, like you want to play like you're 2-3 people at the same time. Right, Justin? You want to play like you're me, the black Jew? And then you want to be the white Turkish Jew, the white boy, the white part, right? I can't, you don't want the story, the narrative as to what even happened out of Israel. You don't want that to be presented in Hollywood, that truth. The people who are actually before you here first, you didn't want that to be seen, right? But you want to be the one to tell my story. You're an idiot. I kept telling this clown to leave me the hell alone because the system and the era and the purpose out of the whole connection, it doesn't exist anymore. The whole issue dealing with sociopathy coming out of certain issues coming out of North America, dealing with, immigration from the 1960s, that's done. All of that is finished. The story's been accomplished. What is going on? Why can't he open up his eyes and see the reality of what's been going on here in America for the last 5 years, Justin? You're behind time. I mean, you're just so obsessed. You're so obsessed with trying to find any type of weird sociopathic story that doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't serve no relevance into anything. Just out there, you want to, I want to be the one to, you want to be the one to talk about the black Jewish woman's secrets. That's what he wanted to do online. And you wanted God to respect you for that? And you expected people to, that's what you wanted to use Hollywood for. And you wanted God to respect you. Hey, what's going on? All right, those burgers weren't too bad, eh? Yeah. It was like a turkey burger. Yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? Talking about Justin Bieber. Like, listen to me. The only reason why I'm posting these messages on YouTube, on this channel, is because you refuse to let this issue go. It's a huge problem. When it deals with the issue of a masculine stalking a female. It's all related to mental illness. It's that mental illness that he put in his mind thinking that he's black. And he needs to let that illusion go. You're psychotic. It's psychosis. You don't believe in certain things coming out of the Bible, but then you want to be racist against. Just get out of here. We don't have time for you're weird. It's 2026. It's done. Sociopathy? No. Justin, you're so irrelevant to the point where like systems now, like we have other systems that they just give them universal basic credit. So what are you talking about? You want credit for whose ancestry, knowing for a fact that the whole majority of the system probably end up being universal basic credit. You're not supposed to get any type of credit for my ancestry. None. You're not supposed to get any type of credit for who I am in this reality. Nothing. I'm just so sick of people. Like, I'm sick. You ever have that one person in life, you're just like, I swear to God, if this guy says anything else to me ever again, like that's it, I'm just going to blow up on him. Justin Bieber is that he's that person. He's not bright. I could come on here on social media and I could make a whole video for 5 hours straight talking about how stupid you are, Justin, how you just don't know anything. You needed to go to school. I'm not your cheat sheet. You have a responsibility to the system to say that to actually prove that you actually did some work. I'm not your cheat sheet. Go to school. You don't need to be stalking anybody. Look how many colleges and universities and programs there, thousands of them. Go to school and go learn something and stop stalking women. Tired of him. I wasn't put on this earth to be stalked by Justin Bieber. I know for a fact that's not the truth. That's not the truth to my life to 2026. It's not the truth. You're trying to affect my life negatively, and I'm aware of it, and I'm going to call you out on it. That what you're doing is it's all going towards negativity, mental illness, psychosis, schizophrenia. It's all in that damn book of mess. Tired of him. Oh, he's mad because, have you ever applied for a job and then, you apply for a few jobs and you're like, you know what, whatever job I can get, at least I applied for it. I'll go for the interview. If I get the job, great. If I don't get the job, it's okay. I'll just apply for another job. That's what happened. I applied for the job. I didn't get the job. And you have this weird ass white kid named Justin Bieber sitting around watching me, getting upset because a black woman didn't get a certain position out of the system. That's what he's so mad about. And then when you look at the truth behind why that didn't happen, is because I have a responsibility for what I had to do with my life. And when it comes to the system, obviously every job has different requirements. And most likely I probably didn't get the job because of some DEI bullshit. Some other racist behind the scene. You get what I'm saying? And then you have this racist narcissist named Justin Bieber sitting around getting angry because a black woman didn't get a job, because he put that assumption in his head that because I'm black, I'm supposed to be serving him so that he could have money. So he walk around as a disgusting narcissist, being delusional, trying to tell a whole bunch of weird people that I don't even know that I owe him something in this lifetime because I didn't get hired for a job. And he wants the whole world to get to feel sorry for him because you're a diehard, deep-seated, ridiculous, dumb, racist bastard kid who needs to go and get his own education and go serve himself and do what you need to do for yourself. And stop looking at people like me to do something for you. I have obligations to my own life and my own ancestry. At the end of the day, black people are black, brown people are brown, Chinese people are Chinese, you got Japanese, you got Korean people, you got all kinds of people from different ethnicities, and we all have a different story to tell based on what we had to experience out of the system. Do you understand me? And what does that have to do with Justin Bieber? This is the reason why he needs to go back to his ancestry and deal with his own ancestral issues and go and work it out with his own ancestors and stay away from people like me and stop trying to blame random people he doesn't know for his problems. Stop walking around and start trying to blame a black person for your childhood, Justin. That doesn't make any sense. Stop trying to blame me for your childhood. If your mother was, when you were in Canada, if your mother wasn't a good mother, maybe you should have been in the damn CPS building, Justin. I don't know who you are. It's making me sick. And then at the end of the day, like, you got out of poverty. What the fuck do you want? There's nothing else for you. What the fuck do you want from poor people? Get the fuck away from me. Sitting there, you want to be some fucking racist ass leech digging for gold because you're a fucking racist. You're a fucking thief out of history. You're a thief. You're in the did you earn it out of your own sweat and blood and blah 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 blah? Did you earn it off of your own energy? No, you didn't. You earned it off of stolen energy, stolen information. You stole it from someone else's ancestry. You'll never own it because it was stolen. What happened in the spirit? It was stolen. You stole it. How much of the millions you made was stolen money? How much? How much information did you put out there that was stolen information? Things that had nothing to do with you, Justin. And now we're going into July 2026, and you think it's your God-given right to sit around and still stalk me. You think you want to carry that hateful, negative, racist energy around my life, and you think it's your God-given right to be staring at me, stalking my life. God gonna deal with these racists. I'm telling you the truth. I'm just saying these things on social media so I can get this energy off of me. This energy of Justin Bieber, this weird narcissistic cord, get it off of me. Get him away from my energy and my ancestry. That is the issue. So I can go back to my everyday life in peace. Because he's a warmonger. He likes to war with people. He's a destructive person. You may come on social media and be put on this big front like, oh my God, I'm so innocent. I'm this innocent white kid that came from Canada and I didn't have any money and Hollywood took me in and I got abused and da-da-da-da-da. God sees every wicked thing that you've been doing behind the scenes, though. God knew every lie that you told in Hollywood, Justin, and you're going to get called out. As much as you want to sit there and spread rumors and you want to get paid to bully a black Jew and all these things, God going to make sure they call out every single lie about you on social media. Every lie you told, every scam you pulled, yes, he is. Because you didn't deserve it. You made up a lie about somebody because you're jealous of who that person is. And you did that to try and stop the other person from being able to present who they are. All because of one person like you's jealous. You're jealous. You know what this reminds me of? Remember that story in Georgia when there was a whole bunch of people that came from South Korea to set up a Hyundai plant? And then there was like some one random racist white woman. She had issues with Korea and she caused a whole bunch of Koreans to get in trouble with the government. All because of one racist liar who got jealous. All of this, these discussions don't even need to be talked about. He needs to leave black Jews alone. Like, he has to accept the fact that he's not a black Jew. And as far as that him trying to you know that part of you know that scripture in the Bible when eventually like the whole point of all these things that we were going through historically, it was so that Jews could connect, right? I can't connect with someone like Justin Bieber. You're openly telling the whole world that you're racist against me and my ancestors. So how the hell are you trying to force this connection like I'm supposed to be connected to you? You told the whole world you're racist against black Jews. That's what you're doing online. You want to bully someone for their ancestry? You're already violating civil law by doing that. You're being racist against black Jews right here in Hollywood. You're violating American civil rights laws. Right in everybody's face, Justin. You should be proud of yourself, right? And then he thinks there's supposed to be a connection. No. No. There are other Jews. I don't need that connection. Me and my ancestors, we don't need connection with racists. Why don't you stop playing innocent, Justin? Stop doing that. Because you're coming off as a real ugly ass person. When you want to sit on there with your fake ass face on social media with your fake tears, people need to see you're a demon. You're wicked. You're a devil. Oh, that fake. Oh my God. Diddy scandal. Oh my God. Divorce. And I'm hurt. My childhood trauma. Put away those crocodile tears. Do you hear me? Put away those crocodile tears, you narcissistic pig. And then you're still going to sit around some round table somewhere and you want to talk about me all out of racism, of course. Because the issue is not even about me. The issue is about you and your mentally ill psychosis. The issue is about you and your schizophrenia. That's what the issue is about. Don't you dare sit around no round table talking about how you're racist against black Jews anymore. Stop doing that, you lying ass sociopath. You don't know us. You don't know black Jews. All you want to do is stalk black Jews. You don't know us. You want to be us. You want to copy us, Justin. You're not us. Stay 6 feet away from me with your disgusting racist COVID. Do that. And no, I'm not your friend. You are the enemy. You're the enemy of West Hollywood. Like, I've pretty much, you know how many months ago I just let this situation, like, just let it go? And Justin's like, no, I can't let her go. No, I can't. Oh my God, it's going to make me look so bad. And then the whole world's going to see that I lied. Oh my God, I'm melting. Yeah, hurry up and melt, Justin. You can melt down to the pits of hell with Satan where you belong, you damn satanic evil liar. God don't like ugly. Like, we're in a new era. Like, what is he talking about? Like, no, because I remember the time, remember back in the day when everybody was broke and, everyone had their way, everyone's ancestry. Remember the time when your parents were like working like 2-3 jobs and then your dad was in school, your mom was taking courses while she was like taking care of all of us in the house and we all had to wear hand-me-downs and all that. Remember all that struggle from back in the day? And now we're at a point in our life where we're like, yeah, we're at a point in our life where just like, yeah, it was a struggle, yeah, we went through whatever, yes we did, but we're still here, thank God the kids are raised up. Yeah, they went to school, they all graduated high school. Look at my kid over there, he bought his own house, I'm proud of him. Look at my daughter, she graduated. Look at my child, oh my goodness, my kids have kids now. And then you have this delayed narcissist named Justin Bieber that needs a referral to behavioral health, and you need a referral to mental health to go deal with your childhood. Oh, okay, so he came from Warden, right? Yeah, he was supposed, based on his energy, he's definitely supposed to be a ward of the state. Go work that out with a therapist. And don't look at me and come blame me for nothing. Go find 1-800, get a life. God, he's diabolical. He's so just like, learn something. Like, why can't you just go learn? He has this weird thoughts just ruminating in his own mind of hatred and destruction and evil. Eh? Oh, look at that black Jewish woman over there. She needs to do something for me because I had to come here to America and get rich. The hell? You have a problem with that, Justin? Then you can circulate all that money back into my account. It's my money anyway. You took my information to go make money in Hollywood. You can circulate that back into my account. Because it was never about you. You had your chance. Now go away. My God, I have to come on here and yell like I'm like, you want me to talk to you? I'm not your mother, but I have to talk to you like you're a dumb kid, like you don't have any sense. You need to be grounded in the corner. Well, guess what, Justin? You're not a kid anymore. You're a grown adult. You want to be grounded? You can go ground yourself in a California state prison cell. How about you do that and learn to be an adult and learn to respect other adults? Do that. We grown folk. We do grown folk things over here. Oh, I'm hurt because of my childhood, even though I'm middle-aged. I'm in my 30s. That's what's going on in his mind. Imagine you're in America. Do you know how many therapists? Probably like thousands and thousands of therapists and mental health professionals. There's so many treatment centers and all different places where you can go and get help for your brain, Justin. And you still want to look at me like I'm supposed to be your problem. Look at the police car. It's not circulating for you, Justin Bieber. Stalking is a poor lie. I'll tell you that for sure. Anyway, I just hope to God I don't have to come on here and post any stupid ass messages for Justin Bieber, but I had to post this time around to let you know we are grown adults. When it comes to us Jews, the black Jews, when it comes to society, when it comes to 2026, we are grown adults. If you got kid issues, if you got past life, childhood traumas that you can't work out, there is a whole system for that, Justin. You don't need to be walking around blaming black people for your problems. Okay? That's racism. Cut that racism out of your mind. Those are old past life racist lies. Oh my God, I'm hurting. Well, what happened, Justin? Well, my mom was a drunk and she was a drug addict and my mom neglected me and blah, 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 blah. And I got childhood issues. Okay, well, go call 1-800-KIDS-HELP. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go and I'll just go blame that black Jewish woman for my problems. Justin, why are you trying to blame a black Jewish woman for your issues? Do you even know that lady? No, but I have a spiritual connection with her because I'm Jewish and she's a Jew. Yeah, but you don't actually know her. Yeah, but there was a connection. Yeah, but Justin, you pretty much went on. to Hollywood and told the people in Hollywood that you don't like black Jewish people. You told the people in Hollywood you don't like black Jews. So like knowing that you've been saying that for so long, like you didn't have enough sense to just realize, like, after someone says that, right? What do you think was supposed to be the expectation from that other person that you say you don't like, Justin? I want to hear your thoughts on that. If you say you don't like a particular person, what is the expectation from your mouth from the person that you say you don't like? What did you expect me to do? You expect me to go curl in a corner and die? Is that what you wanted? Ain't gonna happen. But realistically, like, why don't you, Justin, like, don't you think it's a bit psychotic to walk around and say that you don't like a person that you don't really know? You don't really know that person. So you don't even have the right to say you don't even like the person because you don't know the person. You don't know her. So you can't even tell people you don't like her. I think, Justin, like, this was the issue. I know these are past life issues, It's like, you ever had like a wealthy person not liking a poor person? Like, to me, that's like stupid. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't like that person because she doesn't have enough money as me. Hello, she doesn't have as much money as you, Justin, because you stole the money from her. So you can't even say you don't like that person because they're poor. They're poor because of you. So if anything, she has the right to say she doesn't like you because you stole her money. He doesn't have any right to say that he doesn't like black Jews. Black Jews didn't do anything to him. Oh, but he's a narcissist. Narcissists have this expectation that anyone that's supposedly supposed to be around them, they have this expectation that people are supposed to be doing something for them. But this is when it comes into this crazy mindset, because I don't know Justin Bieber. There was no recollection of him ever being a part of my life or my family, not even in the same vicinity. We didn't even grow up in the same community. We don't know of this character. It's just one big delusion, right? And one thing I don't like about him is the fact that, like, okay, for true believers, I have spiritual connections with a lot of people. There may have been a spiritual connection with Justin, but it's not relevant. That was maybe back in the day, maybe 20 years ago there was a connection, but there is no connection now. So what is the problem with him? The problem with Justin is that he needed the connection because he's stupid. They're unaccomplished back in the day. They did not accomplish what we accomplished. Or guess what? I know some of his ancestors back in the day, they were just, it goes on here in America too. They were just upset. They were upset that black people accomplished anything. I think that's his issue with Justin. He heard of us, who we are, and then he heard that we accomplished things out of the system, and then that made him feel jealous because he has issues with black excellence. That these weird thoughts coming through his mind, and then we're looking at people like Justin, like, hello, we're over here in the A section, and you're way over there, Justin, in the F section. We were way over there, and you were way over there. As a matter of fact, like, where we were, we couldn't see you. We couldn't see you or nothing. We don't know who you were. Sometimes, like, when you go to church and you be like, oh yeah, like, we don't know. When I go to church, I don't know everybody in the church. Sometimes you go to some churches and some of the churches are so large. There's like 10,000 people in the church. You don't know everybody in there. Sometimes if maybe the pastor might mention somebody's name, you'd be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard of that person. Justin Bieber coming out of Canada. The only way Canadian people knew of Justin Bieber is when Usher presented Justin on Usher's platform. That's the only way that Canadian people knew of Justin Bieber. That was the only way. Beyond that, we don't know him. We don't know him. We don't know. I don't know. What elementary school did you attend? We don't know. Beyond that, did you go to high school in Canada? Obviously you didn't. Did you go to college or university in Canada? No. Did you work in Canada for any company in Canada? No, you didn't, Justin. We don't know who you are. So you don't think you're weird for stalking a random black person? Well, I just needed. Why didn't you go stalk one year white out of Canada, Justin? You made sure you wanted to choose a black woman. You chose to stalk me based on my ancestry, and you wanted to stalk me because I'm black. You figure, oh well, back in the day, my ancestors, we used to hunt down blacks. Why are you trying to do that in 2026? Why? Go educate yourself. That's why the system, listen to me, I'm just using Justin Bieber as an example. This is the reason why the system in 2026 is all messed up. He's one example. Anyway, I made a promise that I would not post anything else about Justin Bieber because he's truly not worth the time. But this time, it's just because God woke me up. Do you hear me? And God woke me up for me to see something, and God sent somebody to come and tell me something. And when that person told me, that's when I knew. That's the only reason why I came on here online to tell you, Justin, and take heed. If you think that God, I am chosen, I am a part of the 144,000. If you think you are exempt from God's eyes, you are fooling yourself. Now we're going into July 2026, right? So when it comes to the system, because I'm not a sociopath, you understand me? That era is finished. You understand me? I mean, we're at a point where people should have. I know for a fact some people, they go through childhood traumas, and yes, it does take quite a few years for people to get through, to overcome some issues. But at the same time, there's still you still have your own responsibility to maintain, you know? So, oh God, Justin, enough. God. Look how I made this message 53 minutes now. Are you serious? So okay, I'm gonna tell the truth. Why is he upset? Because um I it's okay, when it comes to systems, people know these things. You can go to school and take a course, right? But at the end of the day, the only people that are successful coming out of certain systems, if you actually have the actual spiritual gift, then you end up being successful, right? And people see it all the time. Oh, look at that fake girl. Oh, she's the one. She just wanted to be a doctor, or she just wanted to be a nurse because of the money. And look how she's messing up everything. And she ended up getting fired from 2 jobs. Right? And then you end up seeing her later on. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, what are you doing now? Well, the nursing didn't work out for me, but now I'm doing hair or something like that, or makeup or whatever, right? Because that wasn't truly their real calling, right? And it has to deal with genetics, your genetic makeup of who you are, and your spiritual gifts combined with the information from your heritage, your lineage, right? What your parents did, or whatever, it does affect the next generation, obviously. But because Justin, he didn't accept what his parents did, that's why he was trying to like merge himself in my lane, trying to act as if he came from out of my heritage or my lineage. And now you're talking about stolen wealth on social media, trying to associate certain aspects out of a system that there's no recollection out of not even your own heritage, Justin. It doesn't exist. You lied about yourself. It's stolen wealth. That's the truth about what you did. The truth is coming out now because you refuse to stop stalking me. You are not from my lineage. You are not a part of my family. You don't have my gifts. You do not. You have no right to be sitting around being obsessed with somebody that you are not. You're not me. I don't even like saying those things because I just feel like it sounds arrogant, but you have to communicate it to like dumb people like Justin Bieber to let them know, like, you're not that actual type of person. Like, God didn't like create you to be that type of person. And like, you trying to like be the next person is not going to happen. Why? Because have you ever met someone? I remember one time, like, we had to call a plumber. I never forget this time. We had to call a plumber, and my mom called a whole bunch of young people to come and fix the kitchen. And not one plumber could do the work. It's when my mom called some like old Italian man that had like 30 years experience, and he just walked right in the kitchen and just went, and boom, he fixed it. Experience is everything. So yeah, we can't accept this liar out of society. Justin's in his own little corner of lies. Hey, Justin, you're 86. God, all you had to do is just imagine somebody asked you to do something. Look, Justin, you're violating this lady and she doesn't like you. She doesn't really want you in her life and she thinks that you're boring and she's just annoyed of you trying to stalk her and things like that. And all she's asking you is to do one thing for her, which is just to leave her alone. And you can't even do that for one person. You can't leave a black Jewish lady alone. You can't do that for me. This is what I'm trying to talk about. Like these people have issues, man. You got issues. Oh yeah, you got issues. And now that I made this video, watch. Just go on his channel. Like by next week, you're gonna see all these little fake fights because he's gonna use what I'm talking about. He's gonna use it to make more fake videos. That's what he does. Because you're stalking me and you're doing voodoo. You're so sick. Like, why would you even call yourself to be of the Christian faith when you're resorting to doing voodoo on another Christian person? And you think you're doing voodoo on God's people and you think you're a Christian? Why is he doing voodoo? Because he's jealous of me and he's trying to get information from me. Because the information is not in him because he's not actually a God's chosen people. I don't do voodoo. I don't do those things. I'm not of darkness, Justin. I don't do those things to people. You know the universal laws of karma? How many laws are there, Justin? Did you do your homework? Did you study? You know about karma? Karma is going to get you for all that voodoo that you did on me. Karma. Sick and tired of this. I'm tired of these people, man. So basically, like, I need some water to drink, honestly. But basically, the whole root of Justin Bieber's stalking, he is jealous. Justin Bieber is a Turk. He's a Turkish Jew, right? So yes, some of them were in Israel, and then we were there. Okay, the blacks, the black Jews like myself, we were there, and the Turkish Jews like Justin was sitting around. They were over there in their corner saying, "Oh my God, look at those black Jews over there! Look all the things that they're doing. Look all the things that they're creating and stuff. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I want to be them. They're so cool. They did all these great things." This is the root cause of why I'm being stalked. And I want to stalk you for years. I don't care. That's what's in his mind. He thinks stalking is a part of God's kingdom. Huh? That's what he thinks. Every time that, let me tell you something, every time that God says to me, all right, I want you to do this, and God's talking to me, right? And God's saying, I want you to do this, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. Do all of these things, and then when you do this, then I'm going to do this for you. Hello. And then, because Justin's stalking me, right? He's sitting there and he's like, oh my God, look at God's doing this stuff for this black girl. Oh my God, look at her being normal. Oh, I'm so jealous and mad. That's what Justin's doing. Oh, I'm so obsessed because she's thriving and she's being okay. No, I gotta do something to just make her not feel okay, and like I gotta do something so that she doesn't feel happy about herself. This is what Justin does out of his day. Just sitting around, just jealous of black Jews. And then Justin walked his old trifling self up in these churches, but hallelujah, praise God, Jesus, I'm not a racist God, hallelujah. That's what he did, right? And from the time that he did that, you didn't tell the pastor man that you were stalking me though. Did you go tell the man at Hillsong Church that you were doing witchcraft on me, Justin? Did you go tell him that? The man is sick, man. Oh God. I don't know what it is. Like this whole area, people always hanging out over here. I don't know what it is. I guess people just want somewhere to chill. Oh God, that's enough of Justin, man. That's enough. Who wants to sit on social media talking about a celebrity? That's like so dumb. Like, oh God. But he made me have to come online and talk shit about him because he's sitting there staring at me all day. You're watching me in the spirit, and then she's going to the bathroom, and then you're like making a post about me, what I'm doing. What I'm actually doing in my day, Justin Bieber is making a post saying that's what he's doing in his day. That's how racist you are, dummy. You're racist. Oh, I'm doing what the black people. No, you're not. Why do you think, like, here in America, they have all the FBAs? They keep talking about cultural appropriation, but I think the FBAs need to start talking about Justin Bieber and his cultural appropriation. Everyone felt sorry for him, but that's enough. Because it's not his truth. You're sitting here talking about the journey out of Black America and blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, whatever, but you didn't come from that ancestry, so that's enough. Well, that's enough, Justin Bieber trying to make money off of Black Americans. How about that? If you don't have respect for Black Jews, you shouldn't even be talking about Black America's music at all, Justin. If you don't have a respect for one Black, you shouldn't be talking about no other Black people's lives. Go talk about your white life. Do that. And stop trying to associate it as Black. That's too racist. Jeez. It's so annoying. Talking about, oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Sorry for what? Excuse me, your natives were colonized by the Roman Empire, and you want to look at Black Jamaicans like and say sorry to us because you refused to have us in your, and it was meant to be that way. You don't need to apologize for nothing, Justin. You guys, Justin, you were colonized by the Roman Catholics. That's what happened. And what makes it worse, you shouldn't even be making that sorry song in the first place because your ancestors did not create Hollywood. So what are you trying to apologize for? You can't apologize for God. How are you trying to create a sorry song apologizing for God when you were the one trying to block God's people from presenting themselves in God's system? When God can see that you were the one that is the cause to that, out of racism, due to racism. But is it too late now to say sorry? Is it too late now for you to recognize that the civil laws you violated with that song here in Hollywood, in California? That you shouldn't be making any type of apologetic song based off anybody else's ancestry that you weren't even a part of? Excuse me? If anything, that sorry song was racist. You're racist. But is it too late now to say sorry? And then you're sitting there with a Jamaican beat doing Jamaican dances in that video. You owe me for that, Justin. You're not a Jamaican. And don't you dare try to walk like a champion or talk like a champion in West Hollywood again. Do you hear me? You're going to pay back my Jamaican people for that. Sick of him. He's so sick. No, seriously, think about it. He made a colonization song trying to apologize to Jamaican people because he went to the Roman Empire. Are you stupid? As for your information, where was Black King James, Justin? Out of Scotland. Where was he? And yeah, he was a part of the Roman Empire. So what are you trying to say? That you don't know us. That's what you're trying to say. That's what you're trying to prove. You don't know us. Man, so ignorant, so dunce, man. Back in the day when they were in Scotland, who was doing all that work for King James, Justin? Who translated the Bible for Black King James, Justin? Where were you at that time? Oh, we don't know because he wasn't on the rolls. Yeah, we know. Because Justinian was in Turkey. He was in the Ottoman Empire, somewhere in Rome, hanging out, being a murderer. But you want to apologize when the Black Jamaicans were under the British monarchy, and you're trying to apologize for Roman colonization. You obviously don't know history. And that's why I'm trying to say you need to stay in your friggin' lane. My God, he's so jealous. It's getting dark. I'm going to go inside soon. I need to buy like a jug of water. I'm just like super thirsty. My God. It's Justin. Ugh. Tired of him. Yeah, I don't really, I don't really post things on YouTube because, I don't know. It's okay, but over time, everybody has their opinion of YouTube, so, and everyone has their purpose out of YouTube, but I just use it to post things that I see, and this whole issue with Justin Bieber and his like wickedness and just nonsense and just foolishness and just a liar. He doesn't know history. And then because he doesn't know history, he wants to be other people's ancestry, which is so messed up. Like they were showing online. It was 2 days ago. I saw it on YouTube. They had like some white girls. They had these like vials of like peptide, whatever. They were trying to change their skin black. They had white girls trying to be like black women. There's people are so sick in this. I don't accept this. Some of this generation of. I'm from the old school at the end of the day, but some of this generation, man, they're just dumb as hell, man. You can't get any more reprobate than that, really. If you want to change it, you want to put melanin in your skin, you're reprobate. I remember growing up, because I grew up around pretty much every culture, right? I grew up around everybody. All my friends came from like all over the world. I had Filipino friends. I had Chinese friends. I had friends from Scotland. I had German friends. I had friends that were from Newfoundland. My friend Jesse, he was from Greece. I had my other friend there from Trinidad, Nigeria. I had friends from Barbados. I had friends from all over the damn world. I had Guyanese friends. I had Trini friends. I had friends from I had friends from Alberta. I had friends from New Brunswick. I had one Japanese friend. You know what I mean? Like, so I just don't accept, like, when people start, nah, I don't want to hear it. When some people, they start people like Justin, like he's just sitting in his little narcissistic corner. Oh, let me dig into the past and just try and like start some drama or some war with somebody. You know what I mean? And all Justin could think about was, well, my ancestors, yeah, we used to like stalk black Jewish people back in Israel. That's what we used to do. So well, if that's what my ancestors did, well, I'm gonna do in this lifetime too. Justin, it's it's going on an hour and 12 minutes with this video. Justin, it's 2026. What is wrong with you? Justin is a warhead, Go join the military. Stop trying to make fake plots with people. You're weird. God. Let me go make up some fake beef against this black German Jamaican lady. Let me just go do this for her so I can get her all pissed off, and then I'll get her all mad and stuff, and then I'm gonna sit around and cry and play victim because I'm Justin Bieber and the whole world needs to feel sorry for me because I got nipped in the butt from Diddy. Justin, enough. Enough. So annoying. Honestly, I feel like eating. I just feel like eating a whole fruit bowl right now, but I just don't have any money to go buy it. But yeah, I wish I had that. Oh, when you buy the fruits, like the mix of the honeydew and the cantaloupe, the pineapple, and all that stuff, and then you go buy that fruit dip. That's what I want to eat right now. I need a fruit platter. Like I need to eat that. Like I need to go get it. Like I don't have money today, but maybe I'll have money tomorrow. I can go get it tomorrow. Like I need to eat it right now. Like, I don't want to talk about Justin Bieber anymore. Like, fuck this YouTube shit. Like, I had to post this because Justin Bieber's freaking annoying. I don't like him. I don't, who likes a stalker? Who, come on. Okay, so he's stalking you for your information. Correct. Why is he stalking you for your information? It's because I'm different. Justin Bieber is boring and he doesn't have much of a life. So because black people have more drama, there's more issues going on with them, he wants to stalk me for my information, and then he wants to post it on social media and say that that's his life. And then he wants to get paid for the things that I'm going through in my life. He wants YouTube to pay him for my stories. Yeah. And then he thinks that, like, he thinks because he has like thousands of fans and stuff that a lot of people wouldn't care that he's being racist, but there's actually people that don't approve of those things, those behaviors.